Steem links. Link number 1. What synchronicity? What timing? Yesterday I was censored on DTube for my Italian smartcast, Toccatino, and just so happens that on my list of smartcasts that I'm creating, today was scheduled the day in which I was going to begin this new smartcast dedicated to Steem links. And it seems appropriate, and it almost, there's a surrealness to it, because I have the sensation upon me of having been censored for things that are, I'm not going to get too much into that. I created Steem links for this very reason, the issue of censorship. And Steem links for me is always going to be a measure of how Steemit addresses the issue of freedom of expression, and how I will be able to determine if the Steemit platform will be home to Familia Corione, to many of my smartcasts, and the many links that that I have shared and want to share. I have had my links censored on Facebook. I have had my smartcast taken down on YouTube. And so I have the watchful eye of someone who is paying attention to all of the censorship that is going on. And my hope is that Steem links will always be a place where I can share good information, and information that respects the freedom and the right to expression, so long as we're not harming people, so long as we're not inciting hate or violence. We're just trying to share information. And also, being the founder and the admin of Steem links, I've kind of felt a sense of, I'm not really doing a whole lot for Steem links. It's true, I have said it in the past that I created this community because I wanted a space where I could be able to share these links, and it's not necessarily something that I wanted to create in order to create incentivization or a rewarding system or anything of that nature. But being that Steem links has been up so long, being that I have 2 excellent moderators, being that there are members in the Steem links community who are very dedicated to sharing all kinds of really nice links in all kinds of different areas, whether it be cryptocurrency, whether it be science, just all kinds. There's not a lot of activity, but the activity that I see there is rewarding for me. It's nice. It's nice to see that people are finding some value, because I would have used the community simply on my own. I would not have had a problem if I was the only person publishing in Steem links. So when I was restructuring, you see, what's happening now with my smartcasts is that all of my smartcasts are now going to be shorter, because there has been a unanimous call from the audience saying, please make the smartcast shorter. And when I reflected upon that, I said, okay, it's doable, because if I do a 60-minute smartcast and I've divided it up into 6 segments with 6 different issues, it's the same as if I do a 10-minute segment and I create multiple different smartcasts that'll be dedicated to certain issues that I enjoy talking about. And since Steem links is always something that I've incorporated into my my other smartcast, I said, okay, well, why not take the time to start to see what kind of links there are in the Steem links community? My Steem links, I can do those on the T-Note take. So this smartcast will be dedicated to those people who are sharing links within the Steem links community. And I don't know where I'm going to go with this. I'm starting it out. This is the first link, and then I will see what evolves from it. I will see if it's something that the members of the community or others find enjoyable, find interesting, and we'll see what happens. I like the idea. I'm going to run with it, and then I'm going to see what happens. So our first Steem link comes from Tanveer741, who is a member, a Steem linker, has been sharing lots of links, and It is, the name of the link is called Experiment Reveals Why Getting More Sleep Isn't Always Beneficial. It's very important link, and a very important issue. I'll read the summary here for you. A new study from India suggests that extra hours in bed don't mean much in terms of benefits, if there isn't also a corresponding increase in good quality slumber. The research, which involved 452 low-income workers across the course of a month in Chennai, also found that an afternoon nap was more beneficial than an additional hour of sleep overnight, at least in the study participants who had very disrupted nighttime sleep. Measurements were taken using actigraphs, small wearable motion sensors that are able to monitor sleep cycles, which are becoming more popular in scientific research. Actigraphs can take readings as people sleep in their own homes without the need for any extra equipment or complicated configurations. By providing information and encouragement along with improvements to home sleep environments, the researchers were able to get the workers sleeping for almost an extra half hour each night on average. But the expected health benefits didn't follow. Those involved were averaging just 5.5 hours of sleep from 8 hours in bed per night before the researchers were able to push this up. By the end of the month of experiments, the workers were spending an extra 38 minutes per night in bed, which equated to an extra 27 minutes per night of actual sleep. Future studies could concentrate on sleep quality rather than sleep duration, the research team suggests, while psychological factors such as the stress and worry often faced by families on lower incomes could also be taken into account. Now, the link is going to be provided, so if you want to continue looking into that, I will say this, especially concerning that ending. The psychological factors are very important and should be and need to be taken into account. Also, I would have a question, I would have a curiosity about the electromagnetic pulses that could be coming from these devices that they're using to monitor these sleep cycles. The quality of sleep is more important than the quantity. I know we've mostly grown up hearing you got to get your 8 hours of sleep, but in reality, what you need is quality sleep. Now, what are some things that could hinder? And I didn't look at all of the article, but I wondered if they've taken into consideration factors like, is there lights on in the room? Is there noise in the room? Are you sleeping next to electrical devices? A lot of young people today put their cell phones under the pillow. The worst thing you can do. It is absolutely the worst thing you can do. And, of course, there's the psychological factor. A lot of people go to bed at nighttime and they still have their problems of the day, ruminating through the mind. So I would add that if you're going to create good quality slumber, then there are some important factors that you need to consider. 1, don't eat before you go to bed. 2, don't drink before you go to bed. All lights, absolutely all lights. If you can tolerate the darkness, because there's people who are afraid of the darkness. No lights, because lights will keep you awake. You will be asleep, but the light penetrates the eyelid, and there's a signal sent to the brain that it is not nighttime. And so you may be asleep, but you're not in deep sleep. And also, no electrical equipment and no noise. That is how you will have quality sleep. And as a result, you would probably need less time. So I enjoyed seeing this article. I hope that you enjoy this new SmartCast. We will see where it goes. Thank you, Tanvir, for this Steem link. And thank you all for listening. Thank you all for the support. And thank you all for keeping Steem Links, the community, alive for, I think, nearly a year now. So, yeah. That's great. We'll catch up on the next Steem link, okay? And your feedback is always appreciated, okay? Thanks for listening, everyone.